All right, good morning, my math ohana. All right, so today we are going over adding integers. And so these are going to be your notes and your guided practice in one video. Okay, so what you are going to need for these notes is you will need your IMB, a lime green paper that says something about subtracting and adding, and a pencil. So go ahead and pause the video and grab what you need. The paper will be in front of the room. Okay, so on your IMB, you are going to need to title page 18. So this is page 18, adding and subtracting integers. And then on page 19, you're going to title it adding integers. So page 18, title it adding and subtracting integers. And on page 19, adding integers. Okay, so you should have a paper that looks something like this. Okay, so 2 plus -3. So the way that you are going to solve this is you're going to draw out two positive chips. So one positive and then two positives. And so you're going to write this down on your paper. So two positives plus three negatives. So I'm going to add three negatives. 1, 2, 3. So this represents +2 and this represents -3. Okay? And then these things right here, this pair, a positive and a negative, they're called zero pairs. And this is something that you need to know. So those are called zero pairs. So whenever I add a negative and a positive together, they cancel out. So then I do another pair of zero pairs. This cancels out, and now I'm left with this. So this represents -1. Okay, then if I did it on a number line, I always start at 0 and I look at my first number. It tells me to go to +2, and I'm not going to hop to +2. I'm going to draw a line that goes straight to +2. Then I'm going to add -3. Well, if I'm going negative, I'm moving to your left, and I'm moving -3 spaces. Not moving to -3, I'm moving -3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, -3 spaces. So I land at -1. All right, so the next example is -2 plus -3. So I'm going to draw two negatives, 1, 2, and then I'm going to add three more negatives, 1, 2, 3. And I'm looking at it and I don't see any zero pairs, so this is my final answer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -5 would be my answer. And so if I did it on a number line, you always start at 0. So my first number is telling me where to move. I'm moving -2 spaces. So 1, 2. Then my next number is telling me that I'm moving more towards the negative, so -3 more spaces. 1, 2, 3. So I land at -5. All right, so I hope that this part of the video helped. If you need to pause or rewind, go ahead and do that. Okay, and so here are your next instructions. So you're going to put that lime green paper in your IMB pocket. We're going to glue it in tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the guided practice. You will need a whiteboard, a marker, and a rag. Make sure you are not drawing with the marker. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and grab what you need. All right, so here's your first example, -5 plus 6. I want you to pause the video and try and work that out. Okay, so what you should have done is you should have drawn 5 negatives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 positives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and what you should have done is you should have noticed that all of these are 0 pairs. So these should have canceled out. Your final answer should have been 1. All right, here is your next example. 8 plus negative 3. Go ahead and pause the video and try and work that out. Okay, so what you should have done is you should have wrote 8 positives. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And then you should have drawn 3 negatives. Negative, negative, negative. And then you see that you have these as 0 pairs. And these cancel out. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positives. Your answer should have been positive 5. So you could write your answer just like this, or you could write a positive sign. Doesn't really matter, but you don't really walk around saying, oh, that's a positive 5. You could just write, oh, that's 5. All right, here is your next one. Negative 5 plus negative 2. Okay, so what you could have done is you could have drawn 5 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then added on 2 more positives. 1, 2. And you can see here that you don't have any 0 pairs. So your final answer should have been negative 7 because you have 7 negatives left. Okay, and your next one, negative 3 plus 4. Go ahead and pause it and see if you could figure it out. Okay, so you should have drawn 3 negatives and then 4 positives. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what you could have saw is that these are 0 pairs because 0 pairs have 1 positive and 1 negative. And so your answer here should have been 1. All right, here is your next one. Negative 9 plus negative 2. Okay, you should have drawn 9 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. And then you're adding on 2 negatives. 1, 2. All right, so you are looking at it and you're seeing that there are no 0 pairs because a 0 pair is a positive and a negative number or a negative chip. So what I have is negative 11 as my final answer. All right, here is your last, oh, nope, here's your exit ticket. All right, so you will need an index card and you're going to write out the questions. And when you are done, you're going to turn it into the turn-in tray. So number 1 is negative 2 plus 5. Number 2 is negative 4 plus negative 3. Number 3 is negative 5 plus 2. And number 4, you're going to tell me what a 0 pair is in words. Because I know you could probably draw a picture of this, but in words. All right, so I hope that this video helps. If you get done early, you may move on to the next station. All right, signing out.